Heyo, it's me, Harper Savage, and today we're going to be undoing these mystery We Bare figures, is what I would have said if I had any patience. So, before I show you which ones I got, I want to let you know that these are the ones I already had. We have a panda, and yes, I filled the little jars with thingies. And I have both of the ice bears, and here is what you can get out of these mystery thingies. They have 2 of each bear, and, well, let's just say I didn't get any new bears today. So, unfortunately, I got the blue ice bear and the green ice bear. So, I wanted to make them over. Oh, let me show you the little things that come in them. I don't know what they are exactly. I'm going to use them for scrapbooking, but they're like little transparent thingies. And I already have like a bunch of them in a little bag somewheres, so I can actually use the little jar thing. But yeah, I'm gonna be making over these ice bears. I'm not gonna be making them into griz or panda or anything. I'm just gonna be making my own bears because I still have hope I will get those 3 that I'm missing. So here's gonna be some problems that I'm gonna run into that I'll just tell you now before I even get started. I don't have any gesso. I don't have any sandpaper. So painting might be a little difficult. These are a bit more of a rubbery matte finish, so hopefully the paint will stick. And also, all the paints I have to work with are from the Arteza Advent Calendars and from other craft kits. So I don't have, like, a huge variety. A lot of these are repeat colors in here, and then these were kind of repeat colors. But I think there's enough here for me to make something. So, let me go ahead and protect the area. Don't ask me why it's purple. It's just the first scrap paper I grabbed, okay? And the other side's Halloween. So, I actually think I want to make over one of my old ice bears just because he's got some scuffs on his arms. Might be a little hard to see with how my camera is being quasi. Like a little scuff right here on his arm. I'm going to take all my little ducks away, because we don't actually need the bottom for the makeovers. And then I'm going to take the new standing ice bear, too. So, I think my plan for one of them is going to be maybe make a chi bear. Like my cat, Chi. And I think I want to make this one like a purple kind of bear. They're not realistic bears. Let me get that out of the way. But yeah, those are my plans so far, so let's get to painting. Alright, so I start on the top to make his top spots. In real life, they kind of look like a butterfly missing a wing if you're looking overhead. And then I make his avocado and the seed. I gave all of his spots like a shape name, if it wasn't obvious. Then we got the mushroom and the squiggle. As you can see, this was supposed to be like super quick and easy to do a Chi bear because, you know, Ice Bear is already white and Chi is like mostly a white cat. You just got the spots. I thought it'd be good to just start with the easier one to ease my way into a makeover. I also did have a hard time staying in frame because, I don't know, I'm just not used to doing makeovers or anything, and this was kind of smaller. If I had worked on something larger, I don't think I'd have as big of a problem staying in frame. I do eventually adjust the camera down right there just so I can stay in frame better. And here we have first mistake, that pink. You'll understand why shortly, but no, that pink is the base of all the problems we're about to have with this tea bear. I did mix like a yellowy green for his eyes. It just turned out way more green, so I went back over it with yellow once it dries. And here we have the pink again. A mistake. Oh boy. But one of Chi's favorite colors is like pink. It's more like a hot pink that he likes, but I decided to make the drippy things pink because it matches what he likes and his aesthetic and all that. I don't actually know what these pots are supposed to be is the worst part. I assume they're honey pots or something, like they're sitting on a honey pot because that's what we associate bears with, Winnie the Pooh. But yeah, I'm like basically done painting at this point, just need to slap some more layers onto that pink and then a disaster occurs. So something happened to the Chi one. And I realized way too late that I had grabbed a tube of watercolor instead of acrylic. So I tried to paint over it with only acrylic and it didn't work. And I did like 2 layers over top of the watercolor and it just started clumping and being chunky everywhere. So I had to then try my best to scrape it all off. And in the process of that, I ruined the bear on top, so that's your warning. It doesn't look great right now. So yeah, there's a lot of marks and stuff on him that I could not get off. So we're basically starting from scratch now. I think I'm gonna try and see if maybe paint markers can go over this to like speed this up a little bit. I started to color it with paint marker and realized that might just take longer than slapping a coat of paint on it, so let's just do that instead. So, like I said, that was a disaster. I spent maybe a half an hour to 45 minutes scraping away all that pink that was just a disaster. And it left a lot of marks on the bear part, so I'm basically redoing everything. Remember when I said this was going to be the quicker, shorter, easier makeover of the two? Well, I was wrong. And this is where gesso would have come in handy. It's just I don't have any at my new house. It's all back at the craft room in the other house. So yeah, I gotta do 3 layers of the white to make this go smoothly. Now that we're basically back at Ice Bear, let's go ahead and turn this into Chi again. So I'm just gonna be repeating all the steps that I previously did, using a pink that I had mixed with white and red acrylic paint, so it's not the same light pink as before, but I think it looks better and it stands out nice, even though they're not accurate to the real Chi. I also feel like I did the spots a lot better the second time around, except for maybe the heart-shaped one. I just feel like it was too, like, big and chunky. I don't think I did it right either time, but I think the second time was the worst of the two, if that makes sense. But yeah, so basically gotta slap all the spots back on and paint the base over again. This was quite an adventure, but you know, problem solving is just one of the parts of art, I guess. And you know, I don't think the video would have been as interesting if I didn't have that whole disaster of the watercolor paint happen. Oh, and the first time around I forgot to paint under his feet because for whatever reason, it did not occur to me that I can just bend the rubbery parts of like the drips to get underneath spaces. So this time he has heel spots like, you know, how he does in real life. So I'm pretty happy with that. And I almost forgot his chin spot, but don't worry, I got it in there. And now we're gonna go in and paint all the drippy stuff pink. I had to do, I think, just like 2 layers to make it look nice. It was just a lot of back and forthing because I did use a blow dryer to try to speed this up with the drying time, but I ran from my room to the bathroom a bazillion times over and over again to get everything to dry quicker. I think that was more annoying than like redoing the paint job was. I'd paint something, then I had to go blow dry it. I'd paint something, then I have to go blow dry it. Because before I was switching between the two, you don't see it like that. It's not edited in that order. I just slapped all the cheese stuff together and all the Purple Bear stuff together. But at, you know, the beginning, I was switching between the two. So I didn't have to wait for dries. Now we're working on the Purple Bear, and I'm using the super thin pour paint from the advent calendars, so I had to do a bazillion layers of it. I even mixed some white in to try to thicken it up a little bit, and it did not thicken up at all. So that was fun, doing a bazillion layers of this. It was probably 5 to 7 layers. It didn't come out super chunky, and that's probably because it was just so thin. It couldn't, you know? Because that's what I was worried about when I was painting it. But I just went over the entire thing with the light purple color. And now I'm going in and making some overalls. I mixed the body color in with some red and blue to make it like a dull but darker purple. I made the mistake of not saving enough of the light color purple paint for touch-ups though, and I'll say that later on in the video too. I'm gonna paint around that little tail. I did make pant legs just because I thought it'd be weird if it looked like it was just like a bodysuit with those straps. That's not what I was going for. And I had to be careful to not get paint on the penguin because I did not want to paint the base or the penguin on this particular one. I thought they were nice colors that kind of matched with the purples. So, you know, after doing the Chi one, I would say this was the easier of the two. And I could bend that penguin out of the way that I didn't realize at first, and that made everything so much easier. And then I'm going in with the same pink colors that I used on the Chi Bear for the nose, ears, and mouth. It makes it look like this one is sticking their tongue out, which I thought was cute. And then for the stitchings, I just used a brown. Thought it like was kind of complimentary, but not too dramatically different. I don't know. I think it is kind of bright, but there's some red in the purple, so I thought they kind of matched in my brain. Anyways. And then I added the blushies, which was harder than I thought it would be. Alright, before I show you the final result here, let's have a reminder of where we came from. We started off as Ice Bears. Ice Bear with the penguin and the blue drip, and then Ice Bear that's sitting with the green drippies. And there we have our purple Ice Bear. I'm going to name her Jordy. I think she's super cute and turned out really nice, considering how the other one kind of went. So here she is. Now I did forget to touch up the tail, but that's fine because the touch-up paint I made turned out a little bit darker than the original paint. I made the mistake of using up all of my touch-up paint and then having to mix new paint and color match. It's not that far off. It's just a little bit of red got into my mixture, and that's why it turned that color. I think I could have had it perfect if I had realized there was some red on my palette knife when I mixed in. So we have it on the foot as well, but what's not as noticeable of a little bit of a dark patch. But I think she looks so cute. The original and the makeover. And here's the one that took really, really long. So this is what he did look like, and here is what he looks like now. It is a very simple change to make him look like my cat, but I had all these problems and basically had to start from scratch a second time, so it ended up taking longer than the Jordy one. I think he looks a little bit like a mouse now. I showed him to Knock and she said that he looks like a cow. I'm like, is that because of the spots or... I don't know. I just feel like he looks like a mouse, probably because of the ears. I am pretty happy with them, but I'm not sure if I'm cut out for the makeover world just yet. Maybe if I keep practicing. But let me know if you guys want to watch me unbox some of these mystery things, because I am trying to get at least one griz, preferably the orange one. That's gonna be it from me today. If you want to watch another kind of makeover video, you can go ahead and tap the thumbnail here. If you want to catch up on anything you missed, you can go ahead and tap the thumbnail here. I want to thank you guys so much for watching, and don't forget to do all the cool YouTubey things of comment, liking, subscribing, and turning on that notification bell, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye!